In 2016, the quiet town of Redding, California, was shaken when Sherri Papini, a 34-year-old mother of two, vanished during a morning jog. Her sudden disappearance triggered national headlines and urgent searches. For weeks, law enforcement scoured the woods, highways, and remote areas. Sherri's husband tearfully begged for her safe return in front of television cameras. Flyers with her photo spread across neighborhoods, turning her into a symbol of missing women. Volunteers joined the police to widen the desperate search. The case captured America's full attention, sparking intense media coverage. Fear spread through the community, and whispers of abduction filled every conversation. For many, this seemed like another tragic story of a woman snatched without warning. After 22 days, Sherri Papini was suddenly found on the side of a highway. Bruised, starved, and with a chain around her waist. She claimed she had been kidnapped by two armed Hispanic women who kept her in captivity. Her story was terrifying and seemed like a nightmare come true. Detectives released vague descriptions, asking the public for urgent tips. The nation gasped as the details spread across news outlets. Sherri's case became a national mystery, filling talk shows and crime programs. Images of her injuries shocked viewers, convincing many that she had survived unthinkable torture. Vigils turned into celebrations of her miraculous survival, with neighbors hailing her as incredibly brave. To most, it appeared to be a heartbreaking but inspiring case of endurance and rescue. But soon, strange details began to surface. Detectives noticed inconsistencies in Sherri's account. Her DNA test revealed traces not of kidnappers, but of another man. Phone records and evidence uncovered secret messages to an ex-boyfriend in Southern California. Investigators revealed Sherri had been hiding with him the entire time. The supposed violent captivity was fabricated, and her injuries appeared self-inflicted. The shocking revelation flipped the entire narrative. Public trust was shattered, and once supportive voices turned into sharp criticism. Police called the case a deliberate hoax, staged for unknown reasons. Social media turned furious, demanding accountability and real answers. The woman once seen as a victim now stood accused of deceiving the whole nation. A legacy of deception today, the Sherri Papini case stands as one of the most infamous kidnapping hoaxes in modern history. In 2022, Sherri admitted to lying and was sentenced to federal prison for fraud and false statements. Her family was left devastated, torn between betrayal and shame. The community that once rallied now felt betrayed and scarred by manipulation and lies. Millions of dollars in search efforts and resources were wasted in the elaborate deception. The case remains a harsh lesson about trust, media attention, and the cost of fabricated crimes. Sherri's name is permanently tied to scandal, not survival, marking her story as a chilling warning. To this day, her kidnapping is remembered as a cautionary tale about the dangers of false stories. In 2017, Sophie Leonet, a 21-year-old French au pair, was murdered in London, UK. She had moved to care for two children, hoping to build her future. Instead, she faced horrific abuse in the home of Sabrina Quater and Wissam Madouni. Neighbors later reported seeing rising smoke, leading police to discover her burned body. The murder shocked both Britain and France. Sophie's gentle nature contrasted with the violent crime. Detectives quickly suspected the couple she worked for. The tragedy raised awareness about vulnerable workers. Her family collapsed under unbearable grief. The case became a headline international story. For many, Sophie's violent death symbolized betrayal and lost trust. Her story remains one of the UK's darkest modern murders. Police arrested Sabrina Quater and Wissam Madouni at the scene. Detectives gathered forensic evidence from the burned remains. Court testimony revealed months of abuse and cruel treatment. Sophie was accused of false lies and punished for imaginary crimes. Witnesses confirmed hearing violent arguments from the house. The murder shocked the wider French community. Investigators found disturbing messages between the couple. The case became an example of extreme manipulation. Both suspects were charged with brutal murder. The trial gained global attention. Reporters described chilling details of Sophie's suffering. Her tragic story became a warning for au pair safety. The horrific details scarred public memory. Justice systems were criticized for weak protection. Theories emerged about the couple's deep paranoia. Sabrina accused Sophie of betraying her personal secrets. The suspects built a twisted story of imagined plots. Detectives said jealousy fueled violent control. Public reaction in both countries was pure shock. The media called it one of Britain's cruelest murders. The French government demanded swift justice. Theories of mental illness were raised in court. Experts explained manipulation and extreme delusion. The community mourned Sophie with vigils and tributes. Her case highlighted the risks of young workers abroad. Online groups spread awareness about au pair protection. Sophie's death became symbolic of injustice and lost youth. Her name is repeated in countless true crime retellings. In 2018, both killers were found guilty of Sophie's murder. They received life sentences in British courts. The trial gave her family partial justice and emotional closure. Still, the details left permanent scars. Sophie's name is honored in both France and the UK. She is remembered as a bright dreamer silenced by horrific violence. The case remains a symbol of trust betrayal. The French community abroad continues to campaign for stronger laws. Sophie's legacy lives in safety movements and awareness programs. Her family shares her story to protect other young workers. The tragedy is retold in countless true crime programs. Sophie Leonette's memory continues to shine as a light against cruelty. Her story is a permanent lesson in human evil. In 2014, Pravin Varghese, a 19-year-old student, died under suspicious circumstances in Carbondale, Illinois. He was last seen leaving a friend's party. Hours later, his body was discovered in a wooded area. Police initially ruled it accidental exposure. His family rejected claims of natural death. Reports suggested signs of violent struggle. The case drew immediate national attention. Pravin was remembered as a bright young student. His parents demanded urgent police answers. The tragedy fueled debates about justice for minority families. For many, his death symbolized systemic failures. The case quickly became a national true crime headline. His story remains a symbol of an ignored truth. Police insisted on death by cold exposure. Still, forensic reports revealed head injuries. Detectives interviewed friends and local witnesses. One man admitted involvement in a violent fight. Theories of physical assault gained strong support. The family accused officials of covering the truth. The community demanded further legal action. The media exposed contradictions in police statements. Protesters highlighted racial bias in law enforcement. The case was reopened under public pressure. Evidence of hidden struggle grew clearer. The story exposed flaws in investigative systems. Still, full justice remained painfully delayed. The truth about that night stayed painfully blurred. Theories emerged about racial bias and flawed investigations. Some believed Pravin was a victim of violent assault. Others suspected cover-ups by corrupt authorities. National media carried his story across American audiences. His family continued speaking at public events. Activists linked his case to wider justice failures. Online groups debated hidden motives. Social media campaigns spread his name widely. Protest marches demanded accountability and legal change. Students remembered Pravin as a promising life cut short. His case became a rallying cry for minority justice. His death reflected broader systemic issues. Years later, the Pravin Varghese case remains controversial and painful. His family fought relentlessly for the hidden truth. Legal reforms were discussed in state courts. Activists connected his story to larger civil rights issues. His name continues to inspire national movements. Investigations revealed a flawed justice system. For many, his death reflects deep-rooted bias. Students and communities honor his memory with vigils and tributes. The unanswered questions remain a source of painful debate. Until full justice arrives, his family will never find real peace. His story remains etched in America's modern true crime history. The case stands as a reminder of unhealed national wounds.